Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman Adventures with Rhiannon, Stardew Valley Retired Slow Play, part number 97. We are going to take up right where we left off, which is day 4 of winter in year number 3. And we are still in the process of working on our interior decorating, and it's coming along pretty well. Let's see, there's nothing going on today, so we're good. Caroline's birthday is coming up, so that's a good thing. Got to watch out for that. So I'm really glad I bought that calendar. While I'm doing the morning chores, I'll do a bit of housekeeping. First off, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Oh my gosh, guys, you are making my day every day. Every time I get up and have my morning tea, I look at my subscribers and there's more. It's like, oh my gosh, it's such validation that I'm doing something that other people find interesting or worthy of their subscription. So thank you so very, very much. I want to point out that this is a retired slow play, and that means that I take my time. I'm not in a huge rush to finish this game. I don't power game, I don't min-max. I'm not going to have 1 billion gold at the end of the first year. I'm just enjoying this game a day at a time, and I do have a plan for the playthrough, and that's going to be the 100% completion. And I have a path that I'm working on, and that I'm not telling you each time every day what I'm doing, but I do have things in order, kind of how that I'm going to play to get to that 100% slow play. I also wanted to mention that sometime during this video there will be a secret word of the day. You have to listen for it. It won't flash up on the screen or anything so you can cheat, but there's going to be a secret word of the day, and I want you to take that secret word and make a comment down below using the secret word in a creative way. Do not say the secret word is and then fill in the secret word. That's no fun. I want you to use the secret word in a creative way down below in the comments, and it's coming up, so you got to listen for it. So thank you so much. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. That really helps me a lot in so many ways. Other than making my day every single morning, it also helps YouTube like me better. And when YouTube likes me better, then they show my videos to more people, and that's going to help me continue to do this for other people. Also, let's have some fun. That's the most important thing, is having fun, don't you think? Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this if this was not fun. And believe me, it's fun. It's way more fun than I had any idea that it would be when I started this. So, with our housekeeping out of the way, we're going to continue on with our morning chores. And they're basically the same every day. We go into the barn, we go into the coop, we use go to our auto feeders now that are collecting our stuff and gather everything, and then we go put it where it goes. So obviously any starred cheeses will go down and to be used in the casks so that we can age the cheeses. And then the non-starred cheeses will go in our mining, what I call, or the mining or the fighting chest or whatever, to be used for food in the mines, because it absolutely crazily increases your health, like really, really good. And also, I've also been keeping this watering can inside to water my coffee plant. I'm pretty sure I won't be losing friendship points with my kitty cat if I don't do the water bowl. I'm pretty sure. But I'll double check that at some point if I think that we're losing. We can't really see, but I'll have to make sure. The bottom, we got the chores up top and the chores down below the farm, and these are the chores down below the farm, which include grabbing the bait from the worm bin and refilling these crab pots, which I'm not getting anything of value necessarily, but the trash that we're getting is actually pretty valuable. We're getting these, what I call crustaceans or non-fishy fish. And then in the recycling bin, we're getting some valuable stuff. Torches are not that, but hey, but we get all kinds of stuff in there. And our oak resin is ready, so I'm so excited about that. And at first I didn't think that you could get the oak resin and the pine tar and the maple syrup in the wintertime, but I was very wrong about that. So I'm really happy that I can get that. And come down here and I see that the rainbow trout are full again, so there's 10. So I need to go get my fishing rod and get those out of there, because if you don't, then they can't propagate more, and we want propagate more. Eventually, we got roe today, but every once in a while you'll get something else. And one of those something else's from the rainbow fish specifically is a very special rare item. Rare chance of getting it. I don't think I ever have gotten it. But hey, first time I got a giant cauliflower, so who knows what we can get. Just have to keep watching. We're putting our goodies away, and that was the roe, as I mentioned before. When we get 21 pieces, actually 22 pieces, we can put it in the preserve jars and age it, and then it becomes more lucrative. And that's one of our revenue streams. A few days ago, when I was over at the animal buildings, I noticed I screwed up. I accidentally broke a piece of fence, so it's time to fix our fence. There we go. Sometimes Harvey will fix a fence if there's a broken one, but we've had really good luck with this hardwood fence. I think the only time we've had to do anything like that is when we've broken it ourselves. I don't think we've had any broken pieces of fence, which the other types of wood you could have quite a bit, but I've been kind of surprised that we haven't had any break down. So that's one reason why I like the hardwood fences, is that it lasts forever. It's wonderful. 2 episodes ago, we started the interior decoration of the farmhouse. We did the additions, the free additions, which includes this southern room, which I'm going to be using kind of as a den. And it also includes a northern room to the north of the bedroom and to the right of the kids' room. And the way this is actually laid out is it's a 3 level. So this is kind of like a basement. Because you see how I walk down the stairs there? So it's like a lower level. And then there's the main level, which is the main part of the house that's always been there. And by the way, this is a jukebox. I'm trying to figure out where to put jukebox. And then when you go upstairs to the where I'm doing my indoor garden and the kids' room and the extra room, then that makes 3 levels, which is why you can put windows on the main and the upper level. I believe I mentioned that the upper room next to the kids' room is going to be like a sewing room. And we don't have access to a sewing machine at our home yet, but we do have access to a loom. And so I'm going to put the loom up there, and I'm kind of preparing that whole room with, I wanted to show you those staircases, take 99 stone each. I'm preparing that room up there for the sewing area. I've never really gotten much into the sewing in the game. I know I've done a little bit, but I don't think I've done hardly any. And so this time we might just go ahead and do some. And I think it's going to be kind of fun. I've got some ideas of some things that I want to make. So in we go with our loom. Looks silly carrying it over our head like that. So again, there's so many things I haven't done yet that I can't do yet, but I wanted to put this loom in here. And I'm going from my previous save on where things were and how they are. That's why I knew it was two places over from the aquarium, the big aquarium. And as I mentioned in our last episode, we will be able to put fish in that aquarium, which is so cool. Any fish you want. And you can see the fish swimming around it. It's so cool. Just wait and see. It's going to take a while until we consider this renovation done or completed, and maybe, I don't know, maybe it never will be, but we've got a very good start on it, and it's taken us all this time. We've been working on this for over 2 episodes now, so it's a work in progress, but I'm very excited about what the progress that we've made. So I wanted to get back to another big thing that we're working on, and that is making best friends with everybody in the village. That's part of the 100% completion. So I'm going to take in some gifts and do a little bit of gift giving to take a break from the farm renovation. And again, I'm very happy about the farm renovation, don't get me wrong. But we need to continue making friends with people in the village. And wintertime is a great time to do that. We don't have to worry about planting any crops. We don't have to worry about grabbing the harvested items from the Junimo hut and replanting. We don't have to do any of that for 28 days. So that gives us plenty of time to do all kinds of things. The farmhouse renovation was one of them. And the making friends is another. We can also go to the mine and work on our ore supply, and not going to give Clint the copper ores. I swear I've tried to do that quest so many times. I end up giving him one ore, and then I lose an ore, so I give up. I just quit doing that quest. So sorry, Clint. I'm looking for our Caroline, and I'm not sure. She's usually here, and if she's not here, she's only a couple other places. And one thing that I do love about the way that these characters are done, they're very distinctive. Caroline has green hair and a blue shirt, always. So it's easy to walk in, to see. That's not Caroline, that's Abigail. She's got the purple hair. And so it's hard, so it's easy to find people. Oh, George. I can't reach it. If only I could get up from this infernal chair. Oh, George, I'm so sorry. We can help. What's going on? And he says, here you go, George. I guess a book that you wanted? Is that it? Thanks, miss. Well, you're welcome, George. No problem at all. Poor old grumpy guy, or has been anyway. It happened 30 years ago. I was working in the coal mines. We were near the end of our shift, but there was one last seam that seemed to be needed to be broken up. I went in there aiming to set off a stick of dynamite, but my foot slipped into a crack and I dropped it. The dynamite exploded on impact. Oh no! Oh my goodness, George, I had no idea. No wonder you're grumpy. The next thing I remember, I was lying in a hospital and they told me I never walk again. Oh my. That is tough. That is tough, George. So there you have it. You probably figured I was just too old to walk. No, I didn't. I didn't know why, George. Well, I'll have you know that I'd be sprier than a sprig chicken if I hadn't been in that accident. I'm sure you would be, George. And he's thinking here. You've been really nice to me, miss. I appreciate it. Well, of course, George. When you're old and you start to forget that anyone cares about you. Well, that's very true. That's very true. In many cases, that's true. So how about we go make George's day just a little bit brighter? Want to watch TV with me? Oh, George, what a sweetheart asking me that. How about if we give you a loved gift? This is my favorite thing. Thank you. I know it is. And we made George smile. Now, how awesome is that to make George smile? The answer is pretty awesome. So that was I love that cutscene. They're called cutscenes, and they happen because your friendship level with people goes up. I'm pretty sure in all my playing, I have not seen all the cutscenes because you have to do, like I walked into George's house. So if I hadn't walked into his house for a long, long, long time, then what would happen, So often Evelyn is up here, and I thought she might be. I'll be baking cookies today. Oh, you will? Maybe I'll tell you my recipe. Ooh, Evelyn's cookie recipe? Yeah. How about a gift there, Evelyn? Kind of to encourage that. So that's funny. Thank you, Evelyn. So I've got at least a couple more gifts that I'm looking to give today. And in the meantime, I'm picking up these crocuses. I'm not sure what we can do with them, but if I miss them and then I don't have them, then it's kind of like a bummer. So might as well get them while we see them. And that's a foraging skill thing. So anyway, we're just going to continue on our way looking for the people that we're trying to find. And oh, what? Looking at it's 5:40 p.m. I didn't realize it was so late. It's like, oh my goodness. The time goes quickly when you're busy. I do want to mention that when you are looking for people, and like I'm trying to find a couple of people that I want to give gifts to, I can just keep wandering around and look in the places that they are normally located at 6 p.m. on whatever day, or I can go to the wiki. And the wiki, there's a link down below in the description that where you can search for somebody's name and it'll tell you right where they are. So in some cases, I'll go ahead and do that. In some cases, I'll just say, hey, I'll just give it up for today. I got other things to do. And that was the case this time. It's like, no, I got other things I got to do. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go for today. I'll let that gift go for today. So, but anyway, down below in the description, there's really helpful links. There's a wiki. There's the main page for Stardew Valley. There is an amazing group of people on the forums. I heavily encourage you, if you're going to play Stardew Valley, get on those forums and make friends. I'm telling you, they have been a wonderful resource and just a really good supportive group of people. No question is too small or no question is stupid. Just go in there, ask your questions, introduce yourself, and there's also a place where people post screenshots of their farms, interior, exterior. There's all different kinds of farm layouts too. I just choose the standard farm because it fits my play style the best, but there's a whole bunch of different farm layouts. So people post the screenshots of them. So I encourage you to get on there, check all that information. All that information will help you enjoy this game even more so than just getting in there and playing. So again, I've said this before, I only share games that are really special to me, that I enjoy for all kinds of reasons. And Stardew Valley has been a game that I absolutely love from the very day that I installed it on my computer. And so when I was looking at games to play on my YouTube channel, it was a no-brainer to do Stardew Valley because I've enjoyed it so much. And any person, I think, or maybe not, maybe I'm the only person in the universe, gets burned out on a game every once in a while. Well, it takes an awful long time for me to get burned out on this game. Obviously, I have an 11-year save. And so what I've said in previous episodes, if you're new to my channel, is that I had reached about 86, I think, percent completion. And at that point, I decided that I wanted to share this game with my subscribers, and I wanted to share it from the beginning. So that is why I have started over. And so all of this content, most of the content that I've been showing you the past 97 episodes, I've already seen that content. There's been a few things that have been surprises, and I tell you when that is. But at some point, we're going to go past where I was in the game. I'll tell you when that is. I do not think that it is ethical to say it's a blind playthrough when it's not. I've seen some channels that, a lot of channels say that. I see it. I've seen it often in looking through the various gaming channels. And I think a lot of people are doing blind playthroughs, but I also think there's a lot of people that do that just say that. And I'm not going to do that. I don't think that's ethical. Maybe a marketing tool, but I'm not going to use it. So I'm telling you, I've played through most of this content that I've had in the past 97 episodes. Like I said, I've had some surprises, but when I get past that point where I am no longer in known territory, I will definitely tell you, because we are going to share the end of this game together and experience it together. So I'm very excited about that, and I want to be honest with you. So I think I would be terrified to do a blind playthrough. Truly, that would just make me so nervous because I make so many mistakes and I'm so bad at games when I first start them. And that's certainly the case with a number of games. I shouldn't even say it out loud because I may end up doing a playthrough through it, but I just started playing Dragon Age Origins, and I can't believe how bad I am at it. And it's like, oh my gosh, this would be embarrassing to share this with people and just show just how bad I am. I know I'm missing so much of the content. I'm not doing anything remotely close to being efficient in any way, shape, or form. And so that would be embarrassing to me to do that. I'm not saying that I won't. The closest thing I've gotten to do that is the game that I play on and upload on Wednesdays, which is Kinseed. And that's as close as I get to a blind. And so I did some test plays and kind of worked a little bit ahead, kind of trying to figure some things out because that's a new game. It has only been out, at the time of this recording, it's been out just a little over 6 months. And not a lot is known. And so I'm figuring things out a little bit ahead of what I'm playing, but at the same time, it's like, man, this is embarrassing. I'm making so many mistakes. What I'm doing here is I'm creating a little seating area that I had in my 11-year playthrough. It's there, and I figured I may have gotten the wrong. Yeah, I got the wrong furniture, which is cool. Whenever you don't have to worry about money, you can just throw it away. There's going to be a little seating area down here that's going to be kind of like a library, more or less. I had seen this. Somebody had done this had a screenshot of it, and I thought, that looks so cool. I think I'm going to give that a try. And it's like I'm working on it right now, trying to get this area fixed before it's bedtime. My gosh, it's 11 p.m. I'm still putzing around. Anyway, it's just a really cool looking area. I mean, there's a big open space there, and unless you put something there, then it just stays a big open space. So I found out for some reason I couldn't put the rug down on top of the lamp. It said, no, you cannot do this. And I pick up that catalog thing so many times by mistake. I don't mean to. So anyway, we're going to keep going here and get this little area if I can get it done before I have to be asleep. For my new viewers who haven't played Stardew Valley before, there's two different things you have to pay attention to. At midnight, then the clock starts flashing red, and that means it's time to go. You even get a message that you're getting tired. If you don't get in bed by 1 o'clock, then 1 a.m., then the next day, your energy bar there, it will only refill half of what was emptied, and then if you don't get in bed by 2, you fall asleep and you have to pay 1,000 gold for someone to rescue you, even if you fall asleep inside your house, and pay 1,000 gold to get put back in your bed. So we don't want to lose 1,000. It ticks me off. I try to get in bed by 10. In this case, I was working in the house. I thought, I'll go a little bit later. No problem. So it's now day 5 of winter in year number 3. We're going to double check the calendar. Need to check it every day because we don't want to miss important birthdays. Like Caroline is hugely important. So I'm glad I'm looking at that and seeing it and going, okay. And I'm saving up my coffee. Eventually, I think we can get a coffee machine, and we're going to make Harvey his most favorite thing, which is coffee. Each spouse that you have they have a number of favorite things, and some of them are harder to get than others. Coffee is pretty daggone easy to get. Once you get that first coffee bean, then you have coffee forever. And let's see what we got here. We got 6 iridium ore. Thank you, Grandpa, for the gift that keeps right on giving. Appreciate you so much. And let's see. We don't have, just a reminder, we don't have to take our milk pail anymore. And if I'm not watering the cat bowl, we don't have to have the watering can. So that speeds up our day significantly. So all we have to do is love on our animals, and we do that real quick. And then we go to the auto grabber and grab the milks here in this particular case and put them in the cheese maker, and boom, and there we go. It's only 7:20 a.m. and we're already done with the barn. Look how much faster that is. So, all right. Hello, everybody. How's everybody? It's so much easier in the wintertime when the animals are all inside to give them their love. And I'm sure they're all 5-heart relationships. And, oh, look at that. I got a piece of cotton. Cotton will be used eventually in our sewing room. And right now it is very, very valuable. But that's okay. We still have 253,000 after spending a small fortune on those 2 catalogs. So I was very happy with those purchases. Oh, right. Everything's come along beautifully in the greenhouse. I love my greenhouse. Look at those 2 trees. We bought 2 new trees. Eventually we will own one of all the trees, and those are fruit trees. So I'm very excited about getting those. And let's see what we got here. All right, we'll put the cranberries in. What did we have before? It was ancient fruit. All right, so now we're taking those out. You'll see how much money we get for that, which is always very exciting. And cranberries is very lucrative as well, which is one reason that I grow cranberries in the fall. And a lot of cranberries. So once we bought those initial seeds, we'll never have to buy cranberry seeds again. That is for sure. And being self-sufficient on my farm is one of my goals. And to me, self-sufficiency means that I'm not buying any more seeds from Pierre. Now, I know I'm going to have to buy flower seeds because of my garden, and I have not done a good job of saving and propagating the flowers that we had eventually grew around the bee houses. But I'm going to be better about that because I did mess up, and I didn't even grab the fairy roses. at the end of the fall season. I couldn't believe I did that. Oh, I was so mad when I figured it out. Like, oh, I wasted that. There's 2 of them right there. And if you put 2 flowers in the seed makers, you'll get a minimum of 2 seeds, and you might get 6. So I was very aggravated with myself about that. But that's okay. We will get the seeds that we need from pears. But eventually, thank you, Rainbow Trout just propagated another one. Eventually, we won't need to buy any seeds from pear, and that's self-sufficient. And I've heard people say seed makers are a waste of time. Not to me, they're not. Not if my goal is self-sufficiency and not buying any more seeds. The seed makers are excessively important to me. So, oops, let's try that one more time. There we go. And we got plenty of the roe. We may put the roe in the preserve jars. I want you guys to see how much we can make from that. And we did get another bottle of our oak resin. Very important. Oak resin and coral makes the deluxe speed grow. I thought that we would try some more gift giving today. And I really need in the springtime, I really need to do some foraging with some leeks and daffodils. They seem to be pretty... well, I know leeks for George, and the beets for Evelyn. So, there's just certain things that I want to have, and I don't think I'll be best friends before the end of the winter, and I'm going to run out of stuff. And a lot of the times their loved gifts are cooked items, and I don't cook much. It's like if it's an absolute something, the Samanchi or whatever the heck that fish dish is that Sebastian liked, that's easy to make. But everything else, I just don't. Eventually, we're going to have to cook every recipe that there is to make. And what does he want? Oh, he wants me to go fishing? I don't know about that, Willie. I like you and everything, but I don't know about fishing. I don't know about the fishing. So anyway, we'll eventually cook everything, but not until we absolutely have to. And Abigail, there's my nemesis, Abigail. It's like, oh, Abigail. She frightens me. It's like, there's a thing. Me and Abigail got this thing. I'll just stay out of her way. Yeah. You just get out. I'll go the other way. Yeah, you go that way. I'll go this way. If you don't know what that's about, early on in the series, I had given Abigail 2, not 1, 2, and maybe 3 gifts that she didn't like. But a little more on that later. I completely forgot about this room, this garden that Caroline has. And so we come in here and we're going to have a little conversation with Caroline. Oh, hi. Good morning, Rhiannon. I'm glad you came in. I forgot about this room. I'm so sorry. I've been meaning to show you this. It's my private sunroom. Oh, awesome. It's beautiful. Looks very relaxing, doesn't it? So what do you think? Well, I would not say anything rude. What? It's too hot. Oh, yes. When I step in here, I feel calm and relaxed right away. It's really therapeutic. Well, that's kind of what I'm building in my house, too. So maybe Caroline have a lot in common. You see, this is my sanctuary, a place where I can always find peace. I think we all need a place like that, whatever. A tiny little spot that's all ours. And it's a perfect place to drink my homegrown tea. Here, let's have a cup. So she's going to give me a cup of her homegrown tea. And she asked if I want a cup. Yes, I do. I think the drinking is so ridiculous in this game. It looks so silly. I love to come in here for a fresh cup of tea every morning. Oh, that's cool. Maybe that's why Caroline's so cool. It's my little ritual. Well, it's nice to start your day. Let me try to explain. Okay. Oh, dear. Oh, look at this. Look at her in a little cup of tea. When I'm alone with relaxing tea, my mind is empty and free to wander. Who knows what might appear? Oh my goodness, Caroline. What is this tea you're drinking? Whew. Oh my goodness. Okay. What kind of tea is that? I hope that makes sense. Well, okay, life can be pretty hectic, so having a hobby like this is nice. Feel free to come here and relax anytime you want, okay? Well, thank you. That is so nice. I have my own room like this. I don't have any tea in it, but still. All right, so now we can go back in and give Caroline her gift that I originally came here. Did you know that my husband loves fried calamari? Didn't know that. Let's see, what was the gift that we were going to give Caroline? It's like, oh my gosh, she got me so thrown off. We got 2 more. We have 8 hearts with her. She likes daffodils, though. So we're going to give her that. Give her a daffodil. Oh, goodness, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Absolutely sure. And let's see where we're at with Caroline. Where'd she go? Oh, right there. Okay. So, you don't see, because I don't have mods on here, you don't see partial hearts. So there are mods that can show you partial hearts. Like if you're like a quarter or a half or 3/4. But I don't have any mods installed on the game. I really wanted to play it and show it as it was designed. I'm not a mod person. I hate mods. Abigail. Okay, so let me go back to Abigail. Early on, I had given her the gifts, and I give her 2 at least, if not 3, hated gifts. Now, it trashed the relationship, and the only reason we have any hearts is that there are certain events that you can participate in which it raises the hearts with the whole entire town, and I've done that a couple of times, and that's the only reason she has any hearts. Abigail. So she's probably my last best friend in town because I avoid her like the plague. I'm afraid she'll say something mean. So I stay away from Abigail. Aw, I bet you would, George. I bet you would come and show me all kinds of things. So, favorite thing, look at him smiling. So look at this. We're seeing George smile. Is that cool or what? So making friends is really fun in this game. You can certainly see the evolution of the friendship from wherever it was to them befriending you and starting to trust you and have these cutscenes and special moments with them, like Caroline sharing her sunroom with us and her own personal space where she enjoys her cup of tea every day, which I understand that. I have tea every day too. And a quick disclaimer about the sounds you're hearing in the background. I live on the edge of a lake, and there's a lot of woods around the area, and I just found out that these things that I thought were birds are actually deer baby fawns that are running around, and they get out of sight of their mamas and they start screaming, and it sounds like a bird sound, but I found out it's the fawns. So that's what that sound is you were hearing in the background just a minute ago. Anyway, we're shooting for 8 hearts for everyone to start off with. That's where I'm going with it first. George is my next one, Pierre and the wizard Elliot. Those are the next few that I will be working on. And 8 hearts is not an arbitrary amount. If a villager is a marriage candidate, then you can only expand when you get married, then you can't get any more hearts with other marriage candidates. So it's only 8. So that's the first goal I have, is to be 8 with everybody in the town. And then if we have an automatic, like many of them, we are at full hearts with them, then I'll go back and catch some of them. I can do a couple of those town events and raise hearts that way. So eventually everybody will be our best friend. Everyone. Even people we haven't seen before. How's that for a teaser? And the secret word of the day is going to be best friends. So use the words best friends down in the comments section. Be creative. Do not say the secret word is best friends. Use the words best friends down in the comments and play along. It'll make me happy. It'll make me smile. Please do that. So we're going to continue on with morning work here, and one thing I've talked quite a bit about is keeping the kiln and the furnaces cranking, because you never know when you're going to need copper bars, iridium bars, whatever those are. And the worst thing, and this happened in earlier episodes, I didn't have enough of the bars that I needed, and it was a mess. It was very frustrating because I had to wait for them to be I had to wait for them to be made, and it takes a while. So please keep those furnaces cranking with your ore. I don't think I had said good morning to our baby girl. That helps build relationship with the baby, and so whenever she's finally out of the crib, we can click on her and you will see. Actually, I think we could look on the list of friends and see that we're got friendships going there. We had gotten this big bear somewhere. I don't remember where. And for some reason, I want to put it in Harvey's room. And I don't know why, because he's not like a hunter or anything like that. It just seemed appropriate to stick it in there. Some things you can't even get rid of because they are gifts like that. And so I've tried throwing things away, and sometimes it's like I'd end up with a chest of things that I can't get rid of and I don't want to use them. So like that crystal thing, I don't know. There's just certain things that I don't have any use for, but for some reason it makes me feel good and makes it seems kind of funny to put that bear in Harvey's room. When you marry a spouse, they have their own room to the right of the bedroom always, and each spouse has a different looking room. It kind of fits their personality, so that's why you end up with what that's Harvey's room. It's just very medical looking and sciencey because that's his personality. So I think that's kind of interesting. So I'm going to do a little bit more decorating. We had worked on that little area below the bedroom, and so I wanted to kind of continue to flesh that out just a little bit. And it's just going to be a little seating area with some books and things. I could do that down in the den. But there's a whole area below the bed right there is just empty. And I had seen this, like I said, I seen this, somebody else do something similar to this on the forums in the showcase where you can show off your stuff. And I really liked the way it looked. I thought that's a great use of that space. And so I'll show you what I'm going to do here. This is kind of interesting. Again, I just kind of borrowed the idea and I liked it. And I thought, that looks kind of cool. So please, Harvey Jr., do not get in my way. He's always running around. Both kids will whenever the baby's out of the crib finally. It's like, so see how we segregated this off and just made it like, a little seating area. And so we got other things to put down here, and I'll get it all moved later, but I thought, yep, that looks pretty good. And you can get past it looks like you can't get past it in the little hallway area, but you can. And again, I'm looking around and saying, what else can I do here? I am again working off of my 11-year farm that I had already spent a tremendous amount of hours decorating. So as I said at last episode, I haven't mentioned it this episode, is when I first did this on my first 11-year play, I don't even know the amount of hours that I spent. It was that many. It was a tremendous amount of hours is the answer to that question. And so when I'm doing this playthrough for you guys, I decided I did not want to spend 20 episodes reinventing the wheel. I already liked the layout of my farm that I had in my 11-year playthrough. So I thought, why not, I'm using the wrong tool, Dodo Head, why not go ahead and do the same layout of the interior. I like the layout of the exterior. I've made very few changes. There are a few just here and there, but I thought, why not do the same thing? Because it makes sense to do the same thing. So that's why it's taking less time, because I've already done the layout. I've already fiddled around with it. I've already done 6 different wallpapers in the living room and decided the one that looks the best. So that's why that it's taking a lot less time. We are 2 3/4 episodes at this point in, and it's getting very close to being done. It's definitely usable. So it's kind of like a speed interior design, done the quick way with a basic floor plan. I'm going to change a couple things, but for the most part, it's the same one. The interior is the same as my 11-year playthrough. So that's why it's only taken 2 3/4 episodes. And, like I said, there's a few little things, like I don't have a sewing machine yet. I've never actually decorated this den very much. I've got like the TV down there and the little sofa to sit on, and I got the calendar on the wall and things like that, but I've never really decorated it out. I just kind of left it. So that we may get a little more decoration in here. Don't know yet, haven't decided yet. It doesn't really matter yet. It's not a room I'll be using much, except to come down here and check that calendar on a regular basis, because we don't want to miss any special events. Not special events, but birthdays, for instance, of somebody that we're not very good friends with. You get at least 2 hearts when that happens. And if you're close to getting a heart, you'll get 3 hearts that show up. It's like, oh my gosh, with one loved gift is all it takes. So it's really worthwhile. That calendar cost 2,000 gold, and it was one of our best investments as far as getting us the goals that we have in this game. So everybody can have their own goals. I've seen some pretty interesting goals that other people have. I saw some farms that I think are so strange. The whole entire thing is covered in crystallariums. Now that person is rich, but they may be a little bit on the bored side because, okay, whatever. But at the same time, I shouldn't say that because that's their thing. That's what makes them happy. Being able to post a video that says I made 2 billion gold in 1 year. I mean, that makes them happy. And that's okay. If that makes them happy, then they can do that. That's perfectly well within. You can do anything you want. This whole farm can be covered with pigs. It doesn't matter. It's whatever makes you enjoy the game. And there's so many different ways to enjoy the game. So many different ways. One thing that I had noticed that I had not put any extra lighting here at Grandpa's shrine. And this is called Grandpa's Shrine. And this is your grandpa that gives you the farm. And so I had noticed that I had not put those torches. And the last episode I put the ones down by the buildings. So just kind of getting some extra lighting around the farm. And I wanted to make Grandpa's area look nicer. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do in that. In the past I have done something, but I'm thinking something more special this time. But it's undecided. There's a lot of things that I need to do still. I was standing here looking at these pieces of the flooring right along the edges here, and I had just put them down, 3 or 4 episodes ago. I decided I didn't like them, so I took them up. It's like, no, I don't like them anymore. Let's make another one of those. It's like, I need another one of those. I'm really being selective on how many more of these lampposts I make because they take batteries. And you don't want to use all your batteries up and then not have any batteries for when you really need them, because here we're not going to have lightning storms here in the wintertime. Snowstorms, but you don't get batteries from it. So got to wait till spring for more of those. So I'm trying to be really selective on when I do need a lot more. I can probably make 10 or 15 more and to replace the ones that are laying around in different places. So we'll have to see. One thing that I've been meaning to do since I had created the area at the bottom of the bed inside is there are I don't like having that chest in front of the house. And I also want to start putting the oak resin is a resource that I need. So I decided let's put the oak resin in there. So next time I do crafting, I don't have to go get the oak resin. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of reorganization of where things are. So right now I've got that black chest up above by the bed. That's actually the mining chest, and when I'm going mining, it's got all the mining stuff in it. I'm going to move that down here, and I'm going to make it black because all my mining chests are black because I think of a mine and I think of black, so that kind of helps me remember what it is. So I'm going to move the mining stuff there. This left chest here is going to be miscellaneous house stuff. Things that I have no use for in the present moment that have to do with the house. And it's kind of a broad category. It's like pine tar and maple syrup. I don't even know if I want to put that in there or not. But I decided to. Extra scarecrows, torches. You never know when you're going to need a can of Joja Cola, right? So just miscellaneous house stuff. And I'm actually already running out of space. So I may have to reorganize a little bit more. But I am going to move the mining chest down into the other area. So like if I'm getting ready to go to the mine, I'm thinking in my head, I'm going to the mining chest and get ready to go to the mine. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. And also, I got all these totems that I forget about to get me around faster. It's so funny. Strawberry wine, I had been hanging on to that. I'm going to throw that away. It seems to me you get some money back when you throw things away, but I don't know how much, and I don't know if that's the right kind of can. I'm not sure. So anyway, we're going to move our mining chest to here. So I'm going to put everything that we use in the mine rings, special rings, which I may end up using at some point. I definitely want to hang on to rings because you can use them to craft. And so that's why I'm going to hang on to them, because you can make very good, unique, special items with those rings. So anyway, anything that's for mining goes down there. So now I've got these two chests up here that are kind of house chests. And look at these totems. It's so funny. I've got all these warp totems, and you can actually craft them, but I'm not doing that right now. So let's see, it's 10 p.m. and I'm trying to decide if I want to keep working on my organization area here. We've kind of run out of time in the day. It's really almost bedtime, but I thought maybe we could get a couple more things done. We're getting down to some really nitty-gritty things. And again, I'm referring back to my original layout, going, okay, where did I have this kind of plant? And so you can tell there's a little bit of difference between those two plants right there. And it's the layout of the leaves and the pot sizes. It's like, okay, what kind of plant did I have where? And I came to the conclusion that it's time to go to bed. It's also time to end this episode. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help YouTube like me better, and it makes me happy. It makes my day when I see I have new subscribers. Please give my video a like. If you like what I'm doing, that helps me, encourage me to continue on. And the most important thing, though, is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.